Hello guys, Charging Ryuka here. Sitting out here on the front porch, got somewhat decent. Got some shade here. Seen something not too long ago. I actually was gonna go in the house in the air conditioning and eat, but decided to sit out here. And then I got to thinking, maybe I should talk about why I took this ever continuing long break from streaming. Of course, I want to keep names out of the equation because I know those kind of people will watch this. And they're going to come up with every lie and excuse out of the book, trying to explain that I'm wrong. I'm not. The thing is, when shit happens, such as COVID back in 2020, when COVID hit, a lot of people's mental health went to shit. A lot of people. Especially ones who do a lot of content creation, do a lot of streaming, YouTube, shit like that, because they're unable to go outside and, get away for a little bit. They're constantly locked inside. Let's say, considering considering this is like an anniversary of my last ever stream, and my last ever stream was technically today of last year. So what a perfect day to talk about it, right? When this all went to shit, I was a part of a group, part of a community, and I was one of those people who pushed this one person who made original content, actually made something, created his own story, and told it his own way without anyone telling him otherwise. It started out small, he rebranded, and then it just grew. Slowly, until some idiot decided to really, really push the person. And let's just say I wasn't the only one. But according to this other person's words, I was the one that kickstarted it. I ain't taking full credit for it because looking back on it, like I said, I was the idiot who chose to push and do it in the way that I did. Also, that was the person who introduced me to his own community, his Discord, and actually got in a call with me and got me to start talking to everybody. And I'm you guys know this, I'm very antisocial. Especially when it comes to online, I wasn't really used to just sitting there talking. But eventually it got to a point where I decided to consider the guy a friend, and that all went to shit legitimately in 2020. And just before any of that really happened, I noticed a change. I noticed a change in, without being actively, let's say, a mod to have the rank and right to look into other things, the other certain things that only mods and people of certain rank can look into. I didn't need all that to notice a change, and a change that didn't seem right. And it didn't set well, because then everything when it comes to this guy's original content and his storyline, basically he let it die. He just stopped. He had an original idea for like 5 seasons of his game show, because he had a game show, trying to change this whole thing on Twitch where it's all about gaming, and he kick-started everybody else doing game shows and just chatting streams. He kick-started that. He brought more attention to that. But when I noticed this change, it didn't seem right. Other people have noticed it, especially in the community, especially people who were mod and had the right to look into it, had the right to say something, but they chose to stay out of it and not say anything. Which is understandable, because not everybody likes drama. Well, it was known for quite a while that one particular person who made a lot of the merch designs for this guy, was, a lot of people considered this person this guy's manager. And this person basically was one of the top mods, and basically went to this person for pretty much everything, especially the community's choices on what to do for the ideas for future streams or designs or merch or anything like that. And they threw most of the ideas pretty much in the trash, to say the least. And like I said, I don't have to actually know and be there to know all of this. And if I am wrong, show me proof that I'm wrong. They won't. And one night in 2020, and I had some interaction with this person before, to the point where this person, at least to me, earned my trust to where I can consider them a friend. And then they betrayed that trust by falsely accusing me of being a stalker due to a joke. A friendly joke that was meant to not hurt anybody. Especially if I was to say it to anybody. It wasn't meant to hurt anybody. And I was quite surprised, because we were all having a hell of a lot of fun. We were all laughing, just having a blast. Just actually laughing in the whole COVID shit of 2020. And everything went to shit after that. And this particular person decided to, you know what, I'm going to kick this up a notch. I don't know the full details on what this person had said, but a lot of people started shunning me afterwards. Like, legitimately, immediately. Calling me a stalker and accusing me of stalking them, when I have no idea exactly where they live besides what state they're from. Because here's the kicker, they told me. Just like they told everybody else. They've announced it on their own stream, own channel, what state they're from. Stupid. And it put me in a bad mindset because a lot of my own anxiety and depression decided to, you know what, that's the kicker. This person just pulled the trigger on something. Let's just come out and put this guy in a bad mindset for 2 months, which is exactly what happened. I was in a bad mindset for like 2 months. Such a bad mindset that I didn't even want to stream. I didn't want to do a damn thing related to it. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I wanted nothing to do with anyone. I just wanted to just stop everything. And then I made the decision to come back, and I was going to find a stupid reason to try and figure out how I could get myself back and do something embarrassing enough to just all of a sudden have a laugh for once. But within that time, the person who I called a friend, because I made a 15-minute stream saying that I wanted to quit. I shouldn't have went live because I was simply just saying what was on my mind, that I just simply just wanted to walk away. That particular person did not care to ask me how I felt, let alone cared. And that's what I've been tweeting out and talking about in a lot of these vlogs that you guys been wanting to hear, is simply know who your friends are, whether you're in content creation or not. Know who your friends are. Because if you have that one good friend would send you an email or text you or call you and say, dude, are you alright? How you doing? When can we talk? Because something's wrong. Or, whatever. You know what I mean. No, he didn't care. He cared more about this particular person because he lashed out at me 8 hours after this person went on a tirade behind the scenes after she accused me of being a stalker for a joke. Tried turning a hell of a lot of people against me, and a hell of a lot of people shunned me. For nothing, basically, and it's pathetic. And this guy had the balls, as small as they may be, went on his own channel, live. He'll sit here and deny it. He went live and sat there, was shown that 15-minute stream that I did. Knew damn well that I was watching his stream, that I was lurking in his stream, and chose to lash out at me, to call me pathetic, because I wanted to walk away, that I wanted to quit because something happened. Not at all giving a shit. Not at all wanting. Because I've tried several times to talk to him when I had the chance, because when he came after me, I was at work. I couldn't talk to him. I've tried several times to try and talk to him and he wouldn't talk to me. So, and then when I came back, I got a green screen. He offered to help. Well, that offer went to shit because guess what? He told me to fuck off. So when someone offers to help you with something, whether it be green screen, ideas or editing or anything like that, and all of a sudden they tell you to fuck off, when they're the one you take the opportunity and time to say, okay, I need help with this, I need help with that, like, can you explain it? I work all the time. I don't have the time to sit there and try and copy someone else's bullshit, plugins, or whatever. I don't do that shit. I create my own stuff, just even though it takes me a hell of a long time to do it. I have a lot more life-related things that are far more important. I don't care when it comes to making content or anything like that. I don't care if I make a damn dime up from it. I'm there to try and have fun, to relax, to try and entertain people, and also help people if I can. That's what I want to do. That's what I've always wanted to do. And that's what I did. Towards the end of 2020, something happened between this one person and another person. They lived across the pond, so they didn't live near each other. But they had an online relationship. And a lot of people on his side, on the guy that she had a relationship with online through Snapchat, knew about it. But the other guy had no clue. And here's the thing when it comes to relationships or anything of the sort, especially when it comes to modern dating today, if you don't bend the knee and give somebody what they want, they will ruin you. They will go so fucking far to ruin you, to plan something out, to make you look far worse than what you are. Everybody is different. No, not one son of a bitch in the world is exactly the same as the other. We might have been born and created the same, but we are all different. We all have our own personalities, our own faults. That whole thing came to an end pretty quick. At the start of 21, somebody like this person asked the guy something, demanding it, basically. Let's just say she didn't get what she wanted. So she planned something out to stab him in the back. Got him removed from one Discord. Went behind the scenes. Got the other guy that jumped on the bandwagon. Got a whole lot of other people to jump on the bandwagon. Like I said, everybody has their own faults that they have to learn from. Did I know about it? No. I had no clue. No clue that this shit happened for months. This shit went back and forth for months between this guy and his community and this bitch and this other guy's community. It went back and forth. A lot of people knew the truth. And they were fighting, disputing all of the so-called bullshit that was the so-called truth from the other side that this chick was spreading around. All one side was playing keyboard warrior. And then all of a sudden, I find out about it 6 months later. 6 months later. I laughed it off at first. I didn't care. I didn't really care. I didn't really believe it. I laughed it off, made jokes about it, sarcastically. And then the exact same person who was involved in this came to me again and said, no, this is legitimately going on. And this is where it comes to where the guy where I claimed was a friend, the one who I knew the longest, been in conversations with the longest. This is where I lied to him a second time. The first time I lied to him was related to a video I made for him that I killed myself making for 2 weeks, dealing with people. And this one particular person who caused all this drama yet again was involved in that video. And I reluctantly made a video for that particular person. And I regret ever wasting my time making that video. I regret making it. Because a lot of people don't understand how much of a pain in the ass is to try and collab and get a hell of a lot of people to say thank you to somebody who they watch and support. You have no idea how hard it is. And the more I heard about it, the more I had no other choice. It felt like to me like I had to be the adult in the situation and I had to get involved. Everybody else was acting like children. People were coming up to me in DMs asking me to fucking help, asking me to do something because no one will fucking do something because it was affecting them mentally. And nobody else fucking gave a shit. Do you realize how heartbreaking that is? To see people who you're friends with see this go on, knowing that these people that they call their friends fighting and not a single person is listening, not letting their voice be heard. And yet they gotta reach out to someone who's literally hadn't shown himself for quite a while. Literally just been doing his own thing for quite a while, for 6 months or whatever, and then all of a sudden this happened. This affected my streams, me getting involved, handling the situation, looking into it, getting all the info, going everywhere, looking at it, checking this, that, and whatever, and it came down to it. Besides one person claiming that they have all this information, all this blackmailing bullshit, and that they refuse to freaking open up and talk about it and show it, that's their choice. I can't make them do it because I'm not the law. I don't have a badge. But the saying goes, if you're going to sit there and accuse somebody, you better have the fucking evidence. You better come up front with it. You don't fucking sit there and hide it. You fucking come up front. You be a man. You grow a fucking pair. You fucking come out and fucking say it. You don't sit there and hide it. You come out and say it. Don't be a pansy ass bitch. Taking it from behind from some 20-something bitch that doesn't have no fucking clue what life or how hard life really fucking is. No fucking idea. Don't sit there and play kiss ass. Oh, I don't know about relationships and shit and that. You know what? They've been around their parents long enough to fucking know the A's and B's of a fucking relationship. Whether they had the experience or not. It's so, the whole thing about the whole situation was childish, petty, stupid, ignorant. A lot of people got hurt, and guess what? The people that were making the most noise, being keyboard warriors, were the ones lying. Were the ones that were causing more of this to happen. And the one leading it had a lot of problems, had a lot of self-observation, realized that he had something and had to take medication for, had a lot of other shit go on, real life shit go on, and didn't need any of this. This other shit was brought on by one person because this one person lived off of the attention from this person and his community that he built. She lived off of that attention. She knew for a fact that she would get everybody on her side, lickety split. Literally, blink of an eye, everybody jumped on it. Believed everything she fucking said. And she lied her fucking ass off. I heard everything related to that, and it is so much of a fucking lie. It didn't matter whether I was actively there or not. I can see it all. I seen through the holes. And when I got that call to have a conversation with this guy about that whole thing, I lied and said that he's the first one to come up and talked about it. To me, this is the first time I've heard about it. I lied about that, and I admitted to it. The other guy who was being accused was the one who came up to me first. Did I believe him right away? No, because like I said, I laughed it off and was sarcastic and joked about it. When I realized it was a serious problem, That's when I realized that nobody else was going to do anything. That's when I started getting messages that basically asking for help, asking me to do something. And by God, I fucking did it. I shut that whole fucking thing down. I shut it all down. I even gave... I hope this guy sees this. I gave you the opportunity to tell the truth during that call more than once. You told me desperately 7 or more times to stay out of it, saying that you handled it. You didn't handle it. And they're going to attempt to say that I'm starting drama again. No, I'm not. I'm simply explaining why. I'm giving context to why I walked away. Because this whole thing affected my streams, and I didn't want it to affect my streams. Because I was attempting to do charity streams. I was wanting to bring more views towards charity. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to raise money for charities. That's what I was doing. I was doing my own thing. This whole thing affected my... Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of views. I didn't have a whole lot of people. For the most of the time, I had like 15 people. When it came to the end of this whole thing, I had 5 or less. And it was all because of them. All because of this one group that I was a part of at one point. Before I fully walked away. That I basically gave up on them. I mean, I supported them any way that I could, and they treated me like I was a bad guy all because I took a stand. I didn't bend the knee to some bitch. I wanted the truth, and I fucking got it. And I read through their bullshit, and I called them out on it, and I told them to tell me the truth, and they refused. The same person, when they got their ass chewed, that told me about the start of the whole thing, that told me about it the first time, that person got their ass chewed just as much as any other person that got their ass chewed about related to that whole thing. That's when I found out even more. I even found out back in 2020 when I was accused of stalking, which isn't fucking true at all. Not even in the fucking slightest, because if it was, I would know far more about that fucking individual than that person even fucking knows themselves. And I fucking don't. I just know that one fucking person is not what anyone else or everyone else thinks they are. And they are one pathetic individual that really needs to get their fucking head out of their ass. And grow the fuck up. And that goes for the lot of ya. The world is fucking cruel. People are cruel. But life is what you fucking make of it. If you're gonna sit there and be a little bitch, you're gonna be a little bitch the whole rest of your life. That's just the way it is. Especially in this world today. I've said this several times. If you don't bend the fucking knee, people are gonna throw a fit and do everything that they can to ruin you. To make you feel less than what you are. Because they ain't getting their way. And that's pathetic. And that is childish. I left Twitch because I do plan on coming back in the future, but I left Twitch when I really started to see that they were affecting my channel and they were going after it. They can sit there and deny it and come up with every lie in the book, because I know damn well they will, because I know they watch these videos that they tried to shut my channel down in a way. Tried to ruin my channel, trying to ruin my name. And I wasn't going to tolerate that, which is why I chose to walk away from the platform because I did what needed to be done. I did what nobody else had the balls to do. And yet I'm the bad guy. But you know what? That's fine. I've got broad shoulders. I got a hell of a lot of scars. I can carry more. It's totally fine to me. The thing is, when someone's going through a rough spot, especially mentally, don't be a fucking selfish jackass and act like you give a shit when you clearly fucking don't. If you notice something wrong, fucking say something. Be a friend. An actual friend. Reach out. Just like saying, reach out if something is wrong. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Doesn't matter if it's in content creation or in real fucking life. Shit fucking happens. And it depends on your fucking choices. Choices. That's what it came down to. The whole thing. Choices. Could have made a choice and went their separate ways. But one of them didn't. One of them chose to backstab the other. For what outcome? For what reason? To just ruin the other person? What did you gain from it? You gained nothing. So why did you do it? But no one will know that because you're such a chicken shit you ain't gonna tell anybody. That's the thing. That's the kind of people, that's the kind of person that you are. You're gonna sit there and hide. You're gonna hide behind a mask. And not tell the truth. Stop hiding behind a mask of positivity when you're simply a negative, sarcastic, rude bitch. And that goes for a lot of you. Saying you don't want to get into drama and don't like it and you would rather stay out of situations, that's fine. But eventually you gotta man up and fucking say something. Instead of letting things drag on for fucking months and seeing the damage that it's been done to people. That does not make you any better of a person than the people doing it. What would make you better than the people that are causing that kind of pain is actually standing up and saying something. That's why I left Twitch. That is the whole reason why I left. The whole reason why I walked away. I had one last fucking call with this one particular individual. And this was the last time I ever fucking spoke to him. And I don't care if I speak to him ever again. I really don't. And if he does have the balls to talk to me, maybe he'll be a better individual than what he was. Maybe he manned up. And didn't let someone else control what he did on his own fucking channel for once. Because maybe if he did have the balls to come talk to me for the first time in fucking forever, maybe we'll actually have a good, honest conversation with each other. But I highly doubt that, and you know what? I really don't care. Because that person, when laying it out on the table in that last final confrontation, he fully admitted that he kicked me out of the community back in late 2020. And yet never had the balls to come tell me. Never had the balls to DM me or pull me in a private call and talk to me. Never bothered. And yet he wanted to consider himself a friend, or to me, calling him a friend. And that told me that he really isn't a friend. He's not somebody that I could trust or sit there and talk to. A lot of them that I thought were my friends aren't. They proved themselves to not be my friends. And yet, out of all of the ones that I spoke to, only 2 of them out of that community are actually really good people. One I hardly ever see, but one I have been I've been quite a few conversations with, and I've been active in this guy's streams for a hell of a lot. And this guy deserves a hell of a lot more attention than simply a fucking shout out for all the shit he fucking does. Because he does amazing fucking ass work. But that's enough for me. I just simply wanted to give my reason to why I left. And that is why. Take it as you want to take it. To finish this off, no matter what you do in life, there are always going to be people who think they're better and think that they control you. Don't let people like that control what you do, especially if you're running your own channel, that you're running like a business. Don't let others who have no fucking idea what they're talking about, let alone know what they're doing, tell you what they think that you should do. Especially in real life. Do what you want to do. Make what you want to make. Be you. Know who your friends are. Know who you can fucking trust. Trust is something that's earned. It's not given. Respect is something that's earned, not given. Understand that. And I'll see you in another video. Peace.